Peace and blessings. This is Nubia I of the Blackberry Beauty Holistic Academy, Ancient African Healing for the Modern Sister. Peace and blessing, y'all. Yes, I'm on a roll. I want to do another video. I told you before, when you're feeling it, and it's got to be done. So today, I wanted to talk about more about health and beauty, and really about traveling outside of my comfort zone. I wanted to tell you about what I learned teaching the last intensive, the Fasting 101, and that I also want you to know that when I do the fasting or any intensive, all of them actually, I um, I actually am in it. I treat myself as the teacher and the student because I still have so much to learn and to grow. And one thing that I'm so happy to announce is that, we did the raw food intensive. That was the June intensive. And then the July intensive was the Fasting 101. And so in those, one of my goals or intentions, I always ask the ladies to set an intention. What do they intend? What do they want to happen? What is the intention? And for me, mine was to stop drinking organic wine for the rest of my life, to not have that need to fill my feelings up when I know that there's other things that I really want, right? So there's other things that I want, and instead of me saying it and expressing it, I was using alcohol. I believe, organic as it was, wine, fermented, all the things that raw foods like to say, well, it's still raw. It was a way for me to feel like to go to another place as if where I was wasn't good enough. And I chose to deal with where I was, and if I didn't like where I was, just the way I am, then figure out how to make my life better. And so because of the raw food and my commitment and also the fasting, I have not had a drink. Actually, more than that, I haven't been to the restaurant Herbivore in almost 2.5 months, closer to 3 months. Because really I was going there that was my getting out and going places or having a good time, letting my hair down, so to speak. And so now it's so beautiful that I realize that a lot of times when we think we need that, oh, I gotta go out every weekend, or my life is so boring, I don't get out enough, or a lot of us say, being spiritual, I got spiritual, or I changed my diet and I don't have anybody to connect to. What I realize is when you have a purpose and a mission, and you're on your purpose and your mission. Now listen to how I said it. When you have a purpose and a mission, and you're on your purpose and your mission, then you don't need those other things to fill that void or that space. And really, it's a void. And once I realized that my mission was to, first of all, move forward, that my unhappiness, the reason why I was drinking in the first place or going out to eat and spending all this money in the first place was there was an unhappiness. And my unhappiness was that my spirit was telling me that I've grown enough to move forward, but I kept doubting it. I kept thinking that I wasn't ready. So I was living or being in a place where I wasn't happy. And the place is not just the physical place of California. There's nothing wrong with California. People that want to come, I say come. It's a beautiful place. I've had 20-something, 22 years of growth here. So for me, it's a moving on. But for me, that place is when you do all this meditation, when you do all this cleaning house, when you do all this fasting, when you do all this raw foods, what you're doing is you're moving yourself to another state of mind, a state of being, a state of, and a physical state as well. And so what happens is I kept doing all the fasting, I'm cleaning house, I'm getting out in nature, I'm using words down the power, I'm watching my words, I'm working with the womb. Prior to that, we did 3 womb intensives. So of course I'm not the same, right? But yet I kept wondering, why don't I feel the same? Why am I no longer happy doing what I'm doing here? And and also there's this unknown. When you're called to move, when you're called to travel outside your comfort zone, because that unknown, those circumstances are going to grow muscle. And so for me, once I got that, also when I stopped using food in general, wine was just food. Don't make it a big deal if you drink or you smoke marijuana and you want to stop. Don't make it like I'm an addict. Well, if you eat food to push down your feelings, then you're an addict too. So what I'm saying is, once I understood, I learned this in the raw food intensive, once I understood that instead of me thinking I'm hungry or trying to fulfill myself with food or wine or weed or whatever, or I could actually deal with those feelings and drink my water and stay healthy and be present. And the moment that I did that, the desire to drink, I lost it. So if you want to travel outside your comfort zone to break addictions, if you know that it's addictions that's keeping you from having your truest desire, from keeping you from moving forward, keeping you from relocating, you joining the next month intensive. It starts August 5th, Friday. It's actually next Friday, a week from today. Traveling outside your comfort zone. It's $97 virtual intensive, and I know you will love it. Y'all, to know that it wasn't an addiction, it wasn't something chemical in me that couldn't do without it. The wine, like this is the stuff that we're taught and we believe. It was emotional. And once I sufficed and fulfilled that emotional need, I didn't need that anymore. And that's a beautiful blessing in my life to have that experience of feeling happy, because I know a lot of people say I look healthier, I look like the picture of health, and I wanted to tell you why. I'm not taking a drink, I'm not eating out, I make my own food, I'm eating one meal a day, one solid meal a day. The rest is smoothies and juices. I drink, like I said, almost a gallon, sometimes a gallon of water a day, sometimes 3 quarts of water a day. I'm exercising, y'all. I'm coming out of my comfort zone. I'm lifting weights. I'm actually working with dumbbells. Right now they're small, but I'm progressing. I'm actually jogging now. I mean, it's small, and I'm going to talk more about this moving and the jogging, and I'm going to tell you more about the weightlifting and those things that I've added. But those are really me coming out of my comfort zone. It's interesting when you give up those things that were really just kind of taking over your life, the drinking, the smoking, the eating when you wasn't hungry, the addictions. What you'll find is that it's like the life opens up for you. It's like the pearly gates open. Only it's heaven on earth. And you realize that you can move and you can dance, and that there is so much to life. When you're depressed, when you're addicted, when you're going into your addictions, it looks like life is dismal. It looks like life is hopeless, that life is sad, that there's no good coming out of it. Until you let go of the addiction and realize, oh my God, I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. The sun is shining. The skies are blue. Life is very beautiful. And I mean, I just want to share that with you that, yes, I am not drinking. I am not, going outside of myself. I eat very healthy. I eat nothing but raw foods. Remember, y'all, if you've been watching me for years, I almost laugh and go, why was I having such a difficulty staying raw all that time? But because I was using food for the wrong reasons, even raw foods. And now it's so easy. I don't even think of myself as a raw foodist or as a vegan. The way that I eat, the way that I live, it's actually normal to me. I see it as normal. And it's a beautiful thing to experience that. So if you're dealing with addictions and you've been trying to stop that organic wine or that weed, so I'm not saying for those that smoke and feel good and it's the healing of the nation for you, that's fine. I know for me, and I've stopped many years ago, but I know for me, I have to say, it was an addiction. It was of trying to fulfill something. It made me very sluggish. It made me very... That dog is just co-signing, huh? Okay, dog, come on now. But it made me very sluggish. It made me very out of balance. It's the best way that I could put it. It made me out of balance. And I'm so glad, and the wine did the same thing. And my kidney would hurt, my liver actually would hurt when I drank it, so it didn't work for me. The universe is calling me to a higher place. I remember years ago reading a book by Dr. Doreen Virtue, and she talked about her addiction to chocolate and wine, and how she would do it every night because she was actually a psychologist or psychiatrist in a traditional environment, and how much she couldn't stand it. She knew it wasn't for her. She knew she was into angels and readings and the esoteric, and so she would drink and she would have chocolate to fulfill those things. And she prayed to the angels. They came to her and told her that if she starts to do her spiritual work, they want her to stop the chocolate and the wine. And she said, how can I? Because she felt she was addicted. Same thing that I felt. And they said, we will take that addiction away. We can do that for you. I feel the happiest I ever felt. I feel like I will never take another drink again. I know it's one day at a time, but I feel like it's not just the wine. I gave up the food, not just the cooked food, but the abundance of food. The eating out of season, in a sense, for me, out of order, when I was angry or sad. You don't want to eat that. I eat the highest quality foods. I'm really into sprouting. I create my own sprouts. Sprouts are living foods. I'm into not just raw foods, foods that like leafy greens or collard greens or any food that grows and then after you eat it, it's gone, or it grows and once you pick it, it starts to die. Well, living foods like sprouting, once you're sprouting, even after you continue to finish sprouting in your jar, sprout in jars, you can then put it in the refrigerator and it still is living, it still sprouts even more. So I'm really adding living foods. I do a lot of sprouts. I eat more cilantro and parsley, which are, they remove heavy metals from your body. I eat more arugula, wild foods, foods that are wild greens, things that grow in the wild are more nutritious. Even weeds are nutritious, dandelion, arugula. I eat more water-rich foods. I eat cucumbers and tomatoes every day. I eat foods with shiny skin, with the silica that gives you that beautiful skin, like cucumbers and bell peppers, all of those. So I'm eating more. I make more raw soups. So I'm eating soups with tomatoes and red pepper flakes, a little spice, and just natural, healthy foods that burn out the toxins. And I eat once a day, and it's the most beautiful thing. It's kept me focused. And so somebody asked me what I do, what I eat in a day. Let me tell you why I don't do that. I see people that do what I eat in a day, and they get crucified on YouTube. People criticize them. People tell them it's wrong or it's not enough, and it's just not. It's personal. Those things that what I eat in a day. The makeup that I use, where I get it, that's me sharing myself. And I do that in the group Wild Women Who Run with the Womb. And I also do that in the intensives. I feel safer. I don't feel like YouTube is the safest place all the time to tell all and to express. I teach that. So that's what you get when you join Wild Women Who Run with the Womb, my $37 a month membership group. That's also what you get when you join an intensive. You get me being more personal, sharing things that I would not share on YouTube or have not, because it's just a safer place. Those women are there to learn, to grow, to change, not to judge. And so it's a different kind of environment, and it's a closed space. And so yes, but I will share those things with you when you come into the groups. So yes, I am very much feeling, I'm not saying like, oh my God, every day is perfect and I don't have a bad mood, or that I don't go through different challenges within my own self, or I don't get offended or hurt. I'm a human being, but I've never felt so relaxed and so inner, so much inner love, like so much self-love. I'm okay with myself. I'm not perfect. I still break out, y'all, but I love who I am. And I'm working on being better. I want to have a great body, a great mind, and a great spirit, and I'm working towards that. I never thought I would be a person who wants to lift weights. I never thought I would be a person who jog and running, but I'm traveling outside of my comfort zone. And if you join next Friday's intensive, August 5th, you too can travel outside of your comfort zone as well. So I'm looking forward to you doing that. And I thank you. I know I've been throwing out the videos or putting out the videos, but I know you also appreciate it, because I know y'all just say, oh, Sister Nubia, when I get a notification that you made a video, I always feel really good. And I want to bring you joy. I want to make your day happy. Do y'all know, like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I too, when I'm on YouTube, I want to look for women that look like me, that are positive and happy, that are naturally who they are, that totally love themselves. For me, black, look like me. So I get it. I know that this helps. And people stop me and tell me. And I want you to know, when you see me on the street, it means so much to me when you stop me and you say, hey, Sister Nubia, I just want you to know, you don't know how much you're influencing me. And so I just wanted you to know that. So, my daughter, I'm training her to work the camera, to set it up, to put it together. So if you see me waving occasionally, come on, baby, when you see me waving occasionally, it's because my daughter is going to help me with the camera. But she's walking away, so I want her to come over here. So this is still the training that I wave to her. She don't see me, but it's okay. So anyway, I just want to say that I love you all very much, and I thank you for tuning in with me and staying with me for these 3 videos that I've been doing in a row. And I really like to see more of you joining the next intensive. I feel like I'm better than ever. My classes are better than ever. I'm giving my best and my all, and I'm growing and I'm changing, and thank you for recognizing it. Again, I just want people to know that I make my own natural beauty products. I make my shea butter. I make black soaps. I make clays, bentonite clays, masks. Oh my God, so much, just beautiful stuff. You should go on the website, toothpaste, and also it's called Africa 7 Beauty, but you'll see it at theblackberrybeauty.com. Also, my sister does numerology readings. She is a master. She is amazing. Also, you can find that on my website. And don't forget that I'll be at the Natural Hair Mags, Natural Health and Hair Summit in Atlanta, Georgia on October 1st. Go to the website. The ticket is like, I think, $10 or $20. If you are in the Atlanta area, please come see me. I would love to finally meet you. And last but not least, I would love to be nominated, as I remind you all, for the BlackPowerAwards.com under the category of health and wellness. That's actually in Atlanta, November 12th. I haven't been invited or anything. Again, remember, I'm traveling outside of my comfort zone, so I'm asking for what I want, and I'll leave that in the description box as well. So remember, Friday, August 5th, traveling outside of your comfort zone, $97. We are going to turn it out, and you will be feeling blissful and a happy black woman. I know that you will, and I want that for you. This is Nubia I of the Blackberry Beauty Holistic Academy, ancient African healing for the modern system. Peace